Hey everyone, it's tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, and let's get into it. You know, this tea time is dedicated, and you may not know who he is, but I do because you know I'm older, right? But his name is Garrett Morris. He played in a lot of shows. He was on Saturday Night Live. He played in the Jamie Foxx show. There were so many shows that he played in, but at 87 years old, he got his star on the Walk of Fame. But he also discussed a 40-year. Can you imagine having a chokehold of 40 years being addicted to the cocoa, to the white powder? And finally, he said just 10 years ago, so at 77, just 10 years ago, he said he finally became fully sober. I'm telling this story and I'm sharing this story because you know what? I love to see people overcome. I love to see people win. But his story is a story of it's really never too late. Listen, guys, we're going to get more into his story right after this. All right, guys, I'm going to share screen. So, original SNL player Garrett Morris on his 40-year cocoa addiction and surviving a 1994 pow pow wound. Is that not amazing? The original Saturday Night Live cast member who received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on his 87th birthday opens up to people about his wild ride to success. Okay, that's him. Looking good still. Garrett Morris, who had quite the Hollywood ride. In 1975, he was a cast on one of the original players on in Saturday Night Live, becoming the first ever black cast member, although he was originally hired as a writer. Some producers didn't want a black cast member, but Lenore Michaels knew the show needed one. Morris, who just received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on his 87th birthday, tells people, I dealt with some racism, but never with Lenore. He doesn't have a racist bone in his body. Morris says that during his 5-year tenure on the show, he also was heavily addicted to cocoa, not unlike his co-star, John Belushi. We lost one of the greatest talents in the country, Morris says of his former co-star untimely death. But John and I never partied together. I was more introverted. After they wrapped up the show, usually they all go to the bar, but I just go home. I'm not sure. He said, I'm not sure the cocoa helped with being introverted. Oh goodness, it's so sad. You know what? I really wish, but I don't want to get political because you don't know I don't really do that on my channel. But I wish they eradicate all of these illegal substances from the street that is destroying some beautiful lives. Beautiful lives. Imagine being addicted to that thing for 40 years. His addiction didn't end after he left the show in 1980, and Morris went on to play memorable roles in the shows like The Jeffersons, Martin, The Jamie Foxx Show, and Two Broke Girls. It wasn't until 10 years ago that he finally got fully sober and stopped using the substance. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, he explains, and they gave you a sponsor, and that guy calls you all day, but it works. Within 6 months to a year, I felt like I could stay sober forever. Imagine the worker who has the dedication to call somebody all day long to make sure that they're okay. Besides his cocaine addiction, Morris went through other tough times during his showbiz career. Early on, when he was in his 20s and a singer with the Harry Belafonte folk singers, he says there were times he wasn't allowed to stay in the same hotel as the white singers. The black guys had to go to the black part of town and try to find a hotel there, he recalls. One time in LA, when he was about to sing at the Greek Theater with Harry Belafonte, he was arrested for WWB, Walking While Black, he says, of the acronym. He says racism was a common theme throughout his Hollywood tenure, although it wasn't as overt as it was when he grew up in a segregated New Orleans. I thought Hollywood would be all progressives, he says, of being naive, nothing that noting that the racism he encountered in New York and Hollywood was hidden. It surprised me, he adds. But he's been through a lot. You know what's so sad about racism? It still exists today. It's just kind of like it's like a undercover thing where it's happening and the people will play in your face and pretend like that's not what it is. In 1994, Morris also survived being Pow Pow. I had run I had run the New York Marathon in 1993, he says, before sharing that he accidentally got caught up in an attempted robbery while going to the store for juice the following year. Two men demanded money from him, and Morris said he always had a problem with running his mouth. I said, "Oh, somebody is looking for a fight." But then the guy pow pow me. It ricocheted into my lumbar, number 5. That's the only reason I survived. The doctors told me I might not walk or run again, he recalls. Morris recovered though. Now at 87, he says he now needs a walker to get around, but that's mainly due to arthritis. Mm. Now he's walking now he's looking forward to the upcoming Saturday Night Live film 1975, which is being directed by Jason. What is that, Rittman? It was just announced the new girl star Lamar Morris, no relation, will play a young Garrett. Michael B. Jordan could play me, Morris joked before the casting news was announced. 50 years after he rose to fame on SNL, Morris says he's nothing but grateful for everything and hopes to tell his full story in an autobiography. I'm working on it now, he says, adding, there's a lot more to talk about. Listen, I don't know why this thing got me a little choked up. It's just crazy, right? But anywho, um, I'm glad he shared his story. And I hope there's so many actors and actresses, including, people that are not in the entertainment industry that is struggling with addiction. And if I could give a prayer for the world every year, if I was granted just one prayer, one wish from God, I wish that no one would ever get addicted to these substances because it destroys their lives. Listen, guys, if you know someone in your family or you have a friend that is addicted, pray for them. Don't talk about them, pray for them. And pray every day that, you know, they recover from this addiction. Anyway, guys, I don't know why I'm getting choked up, but let me get out of here. Listen, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget, guys, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.